In an interesting exchange found in the Gospel according to Mark, some local women bring their young children to Jesus so he can bless them. When his disciples discover what the women are trying to do, they attempt to shoo them and the children away to not bother Jesus. Then Mark says this,
But when Jesus saw this, he was indignant and told them, Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them. Truly for them is the kingdom of God. Truly I tell you, anyone who does not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it. Mark chapter 10, verses 14 through 15.
In these verses, Jesus tells us two things about children and their relationship to the kingdom of God. First, he tells us these children are now experiencing the kingdom of God in the present moment. When Jesus says, truly for them is, he is confirming that this kingdom of the heavens experience is something that happens right now in the present moment while we live. The English verb to exist, written in this verse, comes from the Greek verb estin and is written in the present tense, which we know means an ongoing and continuous action in the now moment. In verse 15, the verb receive is written in the Greek aorist tense, which means a simple and completed action. So, receiving the kingdom of God is either or. Either one has fully received the kingdom of God or not. If one has received the kingdom of God, then it was done as a child does it, which, of course, is the mystery of the ages. It is so simple and yet incomprehensible at the same time. The kingdom of God is available for anyone willing to reach out their hand and take. But how? The answer lies in the children, through some innate qualities they all share. The main differences between children who experience the kingdom of God in their daily lives and the adults who do not are the child's inherent ability to remain focused on the present moment and the child's complete lack of any developed belief system and ego. Whenever we imagine any aspect of our lives outside the present moment, we do so within our own heads. Whether we are reliving an event from our past or dreaming of a hoped-for outcome in the future, we must leave the present moment to do so. Children rarely do this. Whenever we act out in the world through the program code in our heads, the program code determines what we will do and say, not us. When we live in our heads as ego, we become puppets controlled by our unconscious brain. But more importantly, when this happens, we lose our divine self-identity and become the human ego. Children also do this rarely because they haven't spent as much time developing their egos as adults have. What we can take away from this verse is that, at a minimum, for anyone to enter the kingdom of God, they must possess the twin childlike qualities of being always present and having a believing mind. A believing mind is the opposite of an egoic mind. An egoic mind is life, living and believing. We are the program code running non-stop in our head. This is the tree of knowledge. A believing mind is living life from the heart without activating the program code that controls our expression as ego. This is the tree of life. Our journey is to wake up and see that we are in the tree of knowledge, climb down, and find our way back to the tree of life. We do this by receiving the kingdom of God in the same manner as little children. First, we must learn to avoid becoming lost in aimless mental travels through time. Instead, we must learn to be present in the now moment for everything we do, like children. Second, we must experience what it means to have a believing mind and learn what it takes to stay firmly in that state of creative belief. This is the lesson from Mark chapter 10, verses 14 through 15. The kingdom of God is for now. The kingdom of God is for the living and not the dead.